Dr. Yunus, HEC is extremely proud to host you tonight, and the way this room is filled shows our enthusiasm for your presence here. On behalf of all HEC students and alumni, thank you very much for giving us some of your time and sharing your knowledge with us.
Professor Yunus, you created the Grameen Bank project almost 30 years ago in 1976. Since then, the bank has been profitable almost every year, and today the bank serves almost 5 million borrowers with 10,000 families escaping poverty every month. Could you please explain us how you created and developed an organization which is financially profitable and at the same time dedicated to support poor people?
Well, I'm very delighted to be here. I'm very happy to see so many young people coming in this evening to listen to our dialogue. I'm happy because I feel very inspired when I talk to young people, because a lot of the things that I do makes immediate sense to young people much faster than the people of my own age. Something is wrong, we can't communicate. You asked me, how did it all begin? And I was teaching in one of the universities in Bangladesh. Bangladesh became independent in 1971. It separated out of Pakistan through a lot of bloodshed, civil war, and so on. So it's a devastated country in 71. I was teaching economics in one of the American universities, Tennessee State University, and came back to Bangladesh because I thought this would be a good time to go back to Bangladesh to rebuild the country after so much devastation. And I did. But instead of the country moving forward, it was sliding down very quickly. Economy started sliding down very quickly. In 1974, we had a terrible famine in the country. People were dying of hunger. And it's not a very pleasant thing to see people dying of hunger everywhere around. And you, as a university teacher, teaching beautiful theories of economics, telling everybody that everything you want to know about economics, all the solutions you want to figure out, it's all here. But you walk out, all you see is problems, no solutions at all. So it's kind of a big distance between what we talk in the classroom and what we see outside. So I thought something terribly wrong in the kind of things we talk about. And there must be some way to help people who are dying of hunger. So I thought, let me forget about all those things that I teach. Why don't I go out in the village next door to the university campus and act like just another human being and try to see if you have anything to offer, anything to be of any use to anybody who in the village. So I did those every day, went around talking to people, trying to see if there's something that I can do for one individual. I realized that no matter what we talk about, 5-year development plans and all those big things in the classroom, the real people there are not waiting for those things just for a survival of another day. So along the way, I saw how people suffered for not having access to tiny little money. And they had to go to the loan sharks to borrow that. And I thought, this is incredible. Why people have to suffer so much for such a small amount of money? So I wanted to find out how many people like this there are in the village. So I took a student of mine, went around in the village for several days to make a list. And when my list was complete, there were 42 people on my list. The total money they borrowed from moneylenders was $27. And I couldn't believe that people had to borrow less than $1 and with exorbitant interest rate and a lot of other conditionalities. So I thought I knew everything about Bangladesh. Didn't realize that this is so bad that I never knew. So my first instinctive response was to give this money out of my own pocket and go around taking the list, give this money to the people, saying that return the money to the money lenders and take it, keep it, and continue the work that you do, and you don't have to take orders from the money lenders. And I thought this would be something that I'll move on to something else. But I couldn't, because of the excitement it created in all those 42 families. They thought it was a miracle. People couldn't believe that anybody would do something like that. And looking at it, I said, if you can make so many people so happy with such a small amount of money, why shouldn't you do more of it? So it was again an instinctive question that came to my mind. And I was thinking how to do more of it. And then I thought maybe I should link the people with the bank located in the campus. So I went to the bank to suggest to them, why don't you lend money to the people in this village? Bank immediately said, it cannot be done. Bank cannot lend money to the poor people. And it went on and on, arguing for that. And I was trying to convince them that it's a fair thing to do and so on. It didn't work. So it went on for months negotiating with the bank. They will not agree. So I offered myself as a guarantor. I said, I'll become the guarantor, sign all your papers, and you give the money. Finally, after another 2 months of running around, writing things, and finally they agreed, and we took the money from the bank and gave it to people. And it worked. If you think differently, things are different. Thank you.
The diploma of Professor Honoris Causa of the group HEC. So as the Dean of the Faculty, I'm very proud to welcome you within HEC's faculty.